I call the honourable member John Hayes.
I've got to say, Speaker, that it's quite difficult and a little awe-inspiring to come into this House and have to follow a man who has just admitted blood on his hands, having been a slaughterman for the last 7 years of his career. Well, I think it's the sort of occupation he will be looking to when he faces being in opposition later in this year, because he's clearly got no other skills that are valuable. Mr. Speaker, we are well served by Minister Williamson, and I think that he is one of the most competent people in this Parliament to be dealing with IT industries. In fact, sir, I had a call this afternoon, while I was sitting here in the House, from one brother, John McGeechee, who just jetted in from Papua New Guinea, where he'd been living, and he rang to give me great compliments about the electronic passport system that Minister Williamson has been involved with putting in our airports, and any of us who travel know that that is a very good system and works without glitches. Now, Mr. Speaker, I want to react to the very direct request made by the last speaker that I should comment on, and he was trying to create illusions about, hey, this electronic system isn't going to work. Well, I want to put categorically on record, and I give him my personal assurance, that he needs to understand that this package of electronic componentry and system is massive. Absolutely massive. And I've got to tell you, it has taken 5 years to develop. And I've got to tell you that each module is tested and retested and retested, and before it is introduced, and when it is introduced, it's working perfectly. Mr. Speaker, I categorically say to this House, this system is working well, and there are inevitably little glitches here and there, but we are not dealing with the sort of package we inherited on Nova Pay. Quite different. Mr. Speaker, this bill makes an important amendment to existing legislation to underpin the implementation of the trade single window component of the new $89 million joint management system. And can I just say, what we're talking about is amalgamating a range of people that are involved, that are bringing product into this country and giving them a one-stop shop. So that means you send your documentation in one email to one address, and that's all you do. And what I can say is that companies like FedEx, who have been trialling this system, are very, very pleased with it. It means, sir, that the single trade window will promote more effective protection of New Zealand's border, facilitate a smoother flow of legitimate trade, and is consistent with the government's priorities relating to the provision of more joined-up online services. And the system, sir, will lower traders' compliance costs over time. In fact, I think it should reduce their costs by about $450 million over 10 years. And during the pilot with industry partners, Mondale Freight achieved faster response times and savings on electronic data transmission costs. Sir, building a more productive and competitive economy is one of the government's priorities, and this supply chain efficiency from this system, as I said, are estimated to deliver benefits of at least $450 million over the next 10 years. It's been a pleasure to have this legislation in the Foreign Affairs and Trade Committee, and I would thank members from all sides of the House for the contribution they have made to progressing this legislation to this point today. Thank you, Speaker.
I call the honourable member Sua Williams.